In this lecture, we will be discussing about argument of complex number. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the conjugate and modulus of complex number. Now here we will discuss argument of complex number. Now before going to discuss argument of complex number, because it is related to angle, so let us recall some concepts of angle. You will read in detail about the angle in trigonometry. Here I am going to discuss this short information about the angle. So suppose this is initial line, clear, and this is a terminal line, clear. This is initial line and this is terminal line. Initial line and it is terminal line. And this is a point of intersection. Now, the amount of rotation to reach from initial line to terminal line, that amount of rotation is known as angle. Geometrically, you can say that this figure is called angle, but actually the definition of angle is what? The amount of rotation made to go from initial line to terminal line, clear, is known as angle. So angle is a physical quantity. Which type of physical quantity? Amount of rotation to reach from initial line to terminal line. So if you want to measure this angle, what is the angle? What is the value of angle here? Clear? You have to reach from initial line to terminal line. Now the question arises. We can reach from here to here, clear, in two sense. Either we can reach in rotating anti-clockwise, we can reach in this way, or we can reach from initial line to terminal line, clear, by rotating in clockwise direction. We can reach in this way also. So according to the definition, the amount of rotation is called angle. So what is the value of angle here? So you can call this is the value of angle, or you can call this is the value of angle, because you have two options to measure the angle. Either you can measure angle in anti-clockwise, clear, opposite to the movement of clock, and you can measure the angle in clockwise direction. Clear? So you have two options to measure angle. So when angle is measured in anti-clockwise, it is taken as positive angle, and when angle is measured in clockwise direction, it is taken as negative angle. Clear? So suppose this value is 60 degree. Clear? So this value will be minus 300 degree. So what is the value of angle? Suppose I am giving the name here AOP. So if I will say that what is the value of angle AOP? What is the value of angle AOP? So either you can write plus 60 degree or you can write minus 300 degree. Both will represent same angle. Both here is a measure of same angle. Positive angle indicates that we are measuring angle in anti-clockwise direction, and negative angle indicates that the angle is measured in clockwise direction. Clear? So both are the measure of same angle. Now the second point is degree is not the SI unit of angle. Of course, it is popular unit of angle because generally we use degree for the angle, clear? But degree is not SI unit of the angle. The SI unit of angle is radian, clear? So we will read about the radian in the chapter of trigonometry in detail, clear? Here just I am giving one or two point about the radian. First of all, radian is the SI unit of angle. So always you should try to tell angle in suppose you want to convert degree into radian. Clear? If you want to convert degree into radian, clear? Just multiply it by pi by 180. Clear? And if you want to convert, degree into radian, clear? Multiply it by pi by 180. And if you want to convert radian into degree, multiply it by 180 by pi. Clear? So for example, 60 degree. 60 degree is how much radian? So to convert degree into radian, multiply it by pi by 180. So it will be pi by 3 radian. So 60 degree, clear, is equal to pi by 3 radian. Now 300 degree. What is the value of this angle in radian? So 300 into pi by 180. So it will be pi. It is 65 63. So it is 5 pi by 3 radian. So in this way, immediately you can convert degree into radian by multiplying angle pi by 180. So always you should tell angle in radian, because radian is the SI unit of angle. Now let us discuss argument. What is argument? It is also called amplitude. It is also called amplitude of Z. So definition. The angle made by position vector of Z with positive real axis is called argument. And denoted by ARG, argument of Z. Clear? So if Z equal to x plus iota y, then what will be the formula for argument of Z? So let us try to find this formula with the help of Argand plane. So this is Argand plane, real axis, imaginary axis, origin. Now suppose this point perpendicular by base. So perpendicular length is y, this length is y, and this length is x. So from here, theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. It is not power minus 1, it is a symbol for inverse of a function. So its value is tan inverse imaginary part by real part. So this is the formula for argument. But there is two practical problems with this formula. The first problem is you are not knowing the concept of inverse angular function. You will read about the inverse angular function in class 12 next year. Clear? And the second problem is even anyone is knowing the formula of inverse angular function, then also it is inconvenient to use formula of inverse angular function because these formulas have so many restrictions. So to find argument of any complex number, we will not use this formula directly. Clear? It will create problem to you. So instead of using this formula to calculate argument, clear, we will use algorithm steps, clear, for the argument. So let's write the steps to calculate argument. Now steps or algorithm to find argument. Algorithm to find argument. Now suppose we have to find argument of z equal to x plus iota y. Clear? So the first step is let tan of any angle alpha is equal to mod of y by x. Now from this find alpha between 0 degree to 90 degree. Clear? Or 0 degree to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Pi by 2 means 90 degree. Pi by 2 radian means 90 degree. Now step 2. Now determine the quadrant of z. So easily you can determine quadrant of z by writing in order pair. By the order pair directly you can determine the quadrant of z. Now step 3 for argument use following diagram. So I am writing a diagram. I am drawing a diagram. If this z lies in first quadrant, then in this case argument of z will be directly equal to alpha that we have got in step 1. Now if z lies in second quadrant, then in this quadrant argument of z will be pi minus alpha. If z lies in third quadrant, then argument of z will be either pi plus alpha if you measure the angle in anti-clockwise, or alpha minus pi if you measure the same angle in clockwise direction. Now if z lies in fourth quadrant, then argument of z will be 2 pi minus alpha if angle is measured in anti-clockwise, or only minus alpha if it is measured in clockwise. Clear? So using these three steps you can find argument of any complex number. So let us apply this concept in a problem. Suppose we have to find argument of -1 minus alpha. We have to find argument of this complex number. Clear? So first step here, let tan alpha equal to mod y by x. Clear? So here y is imaginary part, so value of imaginary part is -1 and value of real part is -1. So after taking mod it will be 1. Now find alpha between 0 and 90 degree. Clear? So for which angle value of tan alpha equal to 1? Suppose for 45 degree value of alpha is 1. Suppose here alpha will be 1. 45 degree. And what I have said, always write angle in radian. So to convert this angle in radian, multiply this by pi by 180. So it will be pi by 4 radian. Clear? When 45 degree is multiplied by pi by 180, 45 4 just it will be pi by 4 radian. So 45 degree equal to what? 45 degree equal to pi by 4 radian. So alpha is pi by 4 radian. Now step 2, determine the quadrant of z. So here z as real part -1 and imaginary part -1, writing the z in order pair form, lies in third quadrant. Of course this point will lie in third quadrant. Now, and if any complex number lies in third quadrant, then according to step 3, what is the formula for argument? The formula for argument is argument of z equal to, here if any complex number lies in third quadrant, then formula for argument is pi plus alpha or alpha minus pi. So argument of z is pi plus alpha or alpha minus pi. Both are measure of same angle. This angle means we are measuring the angle in anti-clockwise, and this measures the same angle in clockwise. This value measures the same angle in anti-clockwise, and this measures the same angle in clockwise. So both are measure of same angle. So put here alpha, pi plus alpha is pi by 4 or pi by 4 minus pi. So after solving this, it will be 5 pi by 4 or here it will be -3 pi by 4. So argument of this complex number is 5 pi by 4 or -3 pi by 4. So what does it mean? So let us see with the help of Argand plane. Argument of this complex number is 5 pi by 4 or -3 pi by 4. So to know its geometrical meaning, here let us take Argand plane. It is Argand plane. Now plot the given complex number. So this complex number is plotted by point -1. So real part is -1 and imaginary part is also -1. So this point will have coordinate, this point will have coordinate, this point point will have coordinate -1, -1. So this point will represent the given complex number z. This point is representing this complex number z. Now the arrow starting from origin and terminating at point. Clear? This is called position vector. This is called position vector. And according to the definition, the angle made by this position vector with positive real axis, is called argument. So what is the angle made by OP with OX? So you are having two options to measure this angle. Either you can measure this angle. Measurement of angle is what? You have to reach from initial line to terminal line. What is the measure of angle XOP? Clear? It means you have to start from initial line and you have to reach by rotating on terminal line. So from here to here we can reach in two sense. Either we can rotate in anti-clockwise or we can rotate in clockwise. So we can rotate in this direction to reach at terminal line, or we can rotate in this direction. Clear? So both are the measure of same angle. Here you are measuring the angle in anti-clockwise and same angle is measured in clockwise here. So this value is 5 pi by 4. We have calculated this value is what? 5 pi by 4. 5 pi by 4 means 225 degree. 5 pi by 4 means 225 degree. Now, and this angle is minus 3 pi by 4. Minus 3 pi by 4. When angle is measured in anti-clockwise, it is taken positive. When angle is measured in clockwise, it is taken negative. So both measure same angle. Clear? Only the sense is different. Here you have taken anti-clockwise, here you have taken clockwise. So both are the argument of complex number z. Now which angle is numerically least? Here, where the amount of rotation is less. So in this case, amount of rotation is less. Here, so you can call that this is numerically least. This angle is numerically least. Here the number of angle is least. As compared to this, here the number is least. It is 135 degree and it is 225 degree. Of course, number of this angle is least. Or geometrically, you can say that here the amount of rotation is less. So the numerically least angle is known as principal argument. Let me write here. Numerically least angle. Numerically least angle is called principal argument. Principal argument. So in this case, what is the principal argument? What is the principal argument of z? So in this case, the principal argument of z is minus 3 pi by 4. This is the principal argument of z. So if it is asked that what is the argument of z, you can give both answers. This is also true, this is also true. But if it is asked that what is the principal argument, so numerically least angle is known as principal argument. So in this case, you cannot give this answer because out of these two, which are the measure of same angle, but this is numerically least. So numerically least angle is called principal argument. So whenever principal argument is asked, then write the numerically least angle. So minus 3 by 4 is the numerically least angle. This is the principal argument. Now let me see the time. Then we will decide the other question. So only some time is left. Let us take some important point note. argument of purely imaginary number. Imaginary number is pi by 2 or minus pi by 2. Same reason, purely imaginary number will lie either on positive y-axis or negative y-axis. So if it lies on positive y-axis, this is the argument pi by 2, and if it lies on the negative y-axis, this is the argument minus pi by 2. So if z is purely imaginary, argument will be pi by 2 or minus pi by 2. If z is purely real, argument will be 0 or pi. Now third important point, argument of 0 is not defined. Argument of 0 is not defined. Clear? It has no meaning. So this is all